obviously face LeBron probably more than anybody else. Just curious, what's one key that you have to do defensively to have a good day against him, and what's one thing you cannot let him get to if he's going to beat you?
I mean, it's a very complex question. I don't know if you really have one answer for it, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy's versatile, can do so many different things, and his greatest attribute isn't scoring, but he's still, he'll still go down as he might have the most points in NBA history, depending on how long he plays. So I think that's kind of gives the proper perspective on it. You just got to be ready to play, follow the game plan. It takes 5 guys. Got to be all on the string, and communicating that. Mental aspect of the game is being ready every possession. Knowing that, letting the other team know you're going to be there for the fight as well. Psychological game to it. So it's complex, but, we've been through a very unique season. We're going past 365 days for one season with a pause in between, 2 pauses in between. So just, accepting the challenge and being ready to get after it.
Hey, Andre, good to see you. On that note, when you reflect on those different matchups facing LeBron, what are the moments that stick with you there, and how those experiences shaped you overall?
I don't reflect too often. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I haven't had really a chance to reflect. Obviously, playing against him so much, guys' tendencies, and watching it, you can kind of predict what the guy's going to do before he does it. But when you're in the game, I think it's different. You don't have the same predictability because it's kind of more of a field, and so many different factors going on with you being on the court. So just trying to give that feedback to the guys, more than anything, just taking the challenge, embracing it, enjoying the moment, and just trying to make the most of the opportunity.
Hi, Andre. Not to compare these 4 players, but how much easier does it make the game when you're going from quality of shooters like Hall of Famers Curry and Thompson as teammates to what Duncan and Tyler can do as a young age? And have they exceeded what your wildest expectations might have been as young shooters and more when you arrived?
Yeah, I've been on a few different teams throughout my career. I had really great shooters in Denver as well. I learned is, you try not to compare them. You just got great shooters across the league, and your shooting's getting better and better because there's more emphasis on the 3. So you're seeing more guys in the game who, are just high clip 3-point shooters. And we got 2 young guys who have worked really hard to get to this level. Duncan coming from D3, and Tyler, more on the scene. But both those guys just having that edge and wanting to prove to people that they deserve to be on this level. And you combine that with heat culture. That's kind of it's a deadly formula. So they're excited for the moment and excited to see how they react to everything that's been going on, and just embracing that and going out and playing and having good games.
Hey, Andre. I mean, how important is that for you, this next final game, this final series? Sorry. And I mean, what's the difference between playing this year and playing the last couple of years?
We're in a bubble now, so a little different, different type of environment. I think you have to be mentally tougher here now. It can be different, not having road games as well. But like I said, you got to embrace this moment, try to take advantage of it, which I feel like we've had thus far. Both teams have taken advantage of it thus far and been able to overcome mental challenges and continue to come together and get better as a team throughout the entire bubble process. And here we are. So just embracing it. Same mindset going into every game, attention to detail, making sure we're getting our scout reports down, and trying to throw the first punch and accepting that, any punch that comes out, that's from them, and having our counters, and end of the day, enjoying it all.
And what do you think? I mean, you guard LeBron a lot of times over the years, and what do you think is the strategy to stop him?
You know, just defensive principles. You know, you want to make guys put guys in positions, take them away from their strengths. You know, he has a lot of them, so just being strategic. Like I said, 5 guys on the string takes 5 guys. So being on one accord defensively, communicating, understanding the scheme you're trying to do, and trusting everybody. That's a big part of it. You know, trust the 4 guys out there on the court with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Andre, you kind of referenced this in a previous question, but this is your 6th final appearance. If anybody knows what it's like to be in the finals here, it's you. Being in the bubble, do you think this poses more of a challenge going into a potential 7-game series in the finals than it would in a regular environment?
I think there's different types of challenges. You know, the bubble, I think, alleviates some issues you might have being outside in the regular world that you don't have to worry about. You know, the social media has become a beast, and it's fully thrust itself within the game, and it can have its effects on the mind that directly affect the game at times, and how guys can react to it mentally. So, you know, there's a gift and a curse to both sides. You know, there's mental sides of being here as well. Like I said before, I think both teams have been able to overcome that and get through it and take advantage of the situation and get to where we're at. So, you know, the good thing is, you know, I think we'll get some good basketball. You only got 2 weeks left, max here. So guys just, you dug it out. You know, it doesn't look so grim anymore being, 2 or 3 months out. You know, funny thing is we've always said, we got 3 months here. And, it sounded cliche because everybody's supposed to say it, but I think we really thought we'd be here for the long haul, and just try to take advantage of the last couple weeks.
Andre, specific to the last 5 years with the finals runs with the Warriors, what do you think you learned most with that group that you can impart to a bunch of guys with your new team who haven't been through the finals experience before?
Learn how to answer questions with the most boring response. It's very, very key. And you and I have had a lot of conversations. And I've actually had some great relationships, or come to meet some cool people, whether I'm being crazy or being very boring. So, but no, it's all seriousness, just understanding game to game how the narrative changes. And like I said before, the media, social media, all those things have really they've really thrown themselves into the game. And I think it can have an effect on the game, whether positive but negative as well. And you got to have a mental fortitude to just kind of clear all that out and have a clear mind going into each individual game and just taking it, one day at a time with your adjustments, with preparation and all those things.
Dre, I know you're a thinker, so I'm curious of what your answer will be to this. Given that part of the season you were away from the game for a little bit, and now being on this stage, have you had a chance to think about that whole where you are and how you got to where you are right now?
Not really. I think being in my situation, like, I really don't have anything to lose. And, very few times have I actually been like, I don't know how to put it, because I don't want to say selfish. I think you have to be selfish sometimes. I just told my son this the other day, so you got to start being selfish. But, with the way my game is, pass first, or, always looking to deflect any attention, and trying to be humble. Not saying that I've been perfect at it, but I think in that situation, I just had to be selfish, and I think I was an opportunity that could have been. And I'm not selfish, probably the wrong word, but being an opportunity where I can dictate my future and try to do it the best way possible, the most professional way possible, and everything, just having faith in what I believe in, and things just really worked out. So you got to give a lot of credit to the beliefs that I have, and standing on those beliefs and believing that there's a higher power, and everything kind of just worked out. It's been interesting. So the last couple of weeks, I actually been thinking about that a lot. Just really been blessed.
Well, we'll take one in the room. Dan Wiki.
Hey, Andre. You competed against Erik Spoelstra coach teams for a lot in your career. relatively played for an Erik Spoelstra team for a short time. How have those things compared? Has it been what you expected? And from the outside, what was it like going up against a Spo coach team?
Yeah. Well, early in my career, I talk about it with Spo sometimes. Is my first year, my rookie year in the league. Jim O'Brien was the head coach, and we got tape and shoot arounds, and every day we got after it. So going up against, so it was instilled in me early. This is how you work. You got to work hard, and you got to earn minutes, and everything that goes into that. So it kind of set the table for me in terms of this is how you prepare, this is how you train, this is how you get better. You go hard. So going up against the Heat team, it was good grinds. That's the type of basketball you wanted. And then I had to guard the best players every night. So going up against D Wade all those years, I was just up for that challenge. So it was a lot of fun. Then as you get older, you start doing your homework on organizations more so than just players. Being with the union, you start hearing, this is how this organization is run, this is how that organization is run. You start hearing, about heat culture. And then I think it was good to actually experience it. I always talk about every young guy should experience what heat culture is like, because it sets them up for success throughout their entire career. And then Spo was even saying, every veteran should experience heat culture. And I think it's just it's about maximizing each and every player to complement the whole, to have a complete team. So it's been a good experience.
Great. Thanks, Nick. I'm going to put you on mute. We got Tyler for you.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks, Dre.